Jack Frost 2: Revenge of the Mutant Killer Snowman is a 2000 horror comedy from director Michael Cooney. The movie opens with Sam the sheriff explaining to a shrink the events that took place in the last film. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend checking it out, or you could just go and watch my review of it, or why not both? Jack Frost was the conveniently named serial killer who had toxic waste dumped on his body and was turned into a snowman. A mutant killer snowman. Sam's telling the story to the shrink while everyone else is laughing at him. There were survivors of the incident, none of them are going to back him up? Maybe I'm looking a little too far into this. After Jack killed most of the town, they dissolved him in antifreeze and buried him in an unmarked grave. A guy pays Cletus, the slack-jawed yokel, to show him where they buried the antifreeze.
You sure this is the one?
Oh, well, you sure there's a reward?
Yeah, there's a reward.
Well, then this here's the one.
He then sells the antifreeze to a government research lab. And they do exactly what you would expect. Create new and exciting flavors of Mountain Dew. A character named Idiot, really, his name is Idiot, knocks some coffee into Jack's cage, which wakes him up. At the world's smallest international airport, Sam and his wife Anne are going on a trip to a tropical island for the wedding of their friends Joe and Marla. Welcome to Stock Footage Island. It's a good thing it's overcast, or that ginger would burst into flames. The Colonel and Bobby are there to welcome the guests to not quite Fantasy Island. There's the attractive cannon fodder, a stereotypical photographer and his swimsuit models, and of course Sam, Anne, Joe, and Marla.
And a party and they're snorkeling. Oh, a free buffet for you, honey! Buffet.
Right. A free buffet for him. Two guys in a raft are headed for the island. Rob Schneider is...
A carrot?
The two fight over the carrot, but Jack kills them. Sure is a good thing this random raft in the middle of the ocean had a carrot. Jack washes up on Old People Dance Club Island. The girls are scoping out some guys. Duh, yeah, girls, duh.
Hey. Hey.
And thus begins the mating ritual of the North American dolt. Sam's thinking about Jack when he encounters the real villain of the film.
Looks like we have us a party pooper duper.
Sorry? Has the grunt monster stolen your happy dust? This is a job for Captain Fun!
That look on his face says it all. Please kill me. The girls are arguing over which dopey guy they get while Jack is spying on them. No, if you remember what he did with a carrot in the last film, this could get really dark. The Jules Asner lookalike goes to get some coal. Jack tries to kill her by raining icicles.
Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, here we go again.
And this is me every time I try sniping in a first-person shooter.
Oh, fuck it.
Jack then kills the rest of the girls.
I'm right here.
If you thought that stuff was horrifying, you might want to shield your eyes from this nightmare.
Up and down. Hi. Okay. Archery for beginners in 1 hour.
What are you doing in here?
Captain Fun is chasing away the hangover grumps.
The Colonel's examining the breakfast buffet.
Flakes need more raisins, Bobby.
Damn it, 2 scoops, I tell you. 2 of the island guests find the bodies of the girls.
No, man. You don't go running towards the screaming. Then your mother ever teach you nothing, man.
Good grief, I think I'm more Jamaican than Bobby. The Colonel calls the head of island security, Agent Manners, a character from the first film, but he's played by a different actor, which they do their best to try to explain.
Look at my face. Look what he did to my face. 15 operations to make it like this. His icicle fangs and his pointy nose. I live on an island now.
The Colonel's having a staff meeting, and the guests take this opportunity to get free drinks.
Everybody's on the table.
An entire island resort that's only staffed by 6 people? The photographer's working with the model, and I guess it's cold on this island. She drinks an iced coffee, which is made out of Jack, and this is the result.
Oh, no! That's it! You are so fucking dead!
Okay.
Okay, Sarah. Big smile.
Jack then kills the photographer, and wait a minute. So his professional camera is now a Polaroid? Whatever. Now Jack has a scarf. The sheriff, Manners, and Captain Fun meet up to come up with an idea on how to track the killer. Captain Fun throws a pool party thinking it'll draw out the killer. Sam hits a snowman, but it's really the Colonel. The other model decides to go for a late-night swim. I was wondering if there was going to be any nudity this time around. Jack freezes the pool so the girl drowns. He then freezes the entire area. How drunk is this girl? I guess when she wakes up, she can say,
I was frozen today!
Sam and Ann wake up to find it snowing, and nobody seems to have a problem with this. Why don't they just say it snowed in Egypt, too? Wait, what? Jack starts throwing some styrofoam snowballs that are lethal. Sam goes to see what's going on, and Jack makes his grand entrance. And exit.
Oh, you remember how sweet of you. Oh, gotta go! Whee!
They hide inside, and Marla is arguing with Sam.
It's true, Marla. He's been here for months. But Jack's here not because of him, because of me.
Oh, come on, Sam. We don't even know if it is Jack Frost.
No, Marla, it's probably some other walking, talking snowman that everybody's talking about.
Exactly, like there's some other sentient snowman out there. No, not that guy. Sam and Manners load up their super soakers with antifreeze and head out to warn the others. They find the staff and tell them about Jack. They set up a trap and fill it with antifreeze. Jack falls into the antifreeze and melts away into mayonnaise. They think they've won, but Jack is immune to this stuff. Oh yeah, he pukes up a snowball and takes off. Joe grabs the snowball while Manners chases after Jack. The group are trying to melt the snowball and it hatches into a living snowball.
Dada! Yeah, I'll be your dad, huh? Yes, I will. Who's your little fella? You my little chilly pretty, aren't you? You cute little fucker, buddy. Huh?
Oh, finally. Oh, that was totally worth it. The snowball escapes into the room and they try to kill it, but nothing works.
That was fun. Toasty.
With this voice, I'm just waiting for it to say, not the mama. Manners goes into a shed to find it's full of Jack's offspring. He tries to get out, but they eat him. Sam's lost his mind, so Ann steps up to try to capture Jack's kids. This reminds me of Gremlins. Ann's fighting off the snowballs and discovers something that kills them. They explain that Sam and Jack shared DNA when he was melted in antifreeze in the first movie. Once they're sure, they make a vat of banana daiquiris to kill the little bastards. I love how they made this look like a war movie. Jack finds one of the offspring and is none too pleased.
Now it's killing time.
Now that Jack's back, he kills the Colonel and Bobby. Jack traps Ann inside of himself, and I have to admit, this is pretty cool.
Oh, honey, you are missing the point. Get it? Get it?
Sam shoots him with a banana and he explodes. He finds Ann, except she's somehow not full of holes. As the credits roll, a boat is crushed by a giant carrot. This ending is ridiculous, even for this movie. The movie was filmed in 4 weeks in San Fernando Valley and Santa Clarita, California. The movie was made by Storyteller Productions, which was headed by 3 friends, Michael Cooney, Jeremy Page, and Vicky Slotnick. Cooney owned a house in the mountains, and every year they would go skiing. One year, Cooney and Page made a snowman, but made him look as evil as possible. Slotnick said she actually had trouble sleeping that night because the snowman freaked her out. They then decided to try to do a serious horror film revolving around a killer snowman. After a few drafts, they realized it would never work and decided to make it silly. The first film was a hilarious, intentionally bad film that went on to be a big direct-to-video success. The film was greenlit, and even though they had a larger budget, the film still had that low-budget look because, well, they didn't have that much more money. Still, they did make the kills more inventive and took advantage of the location. Speaking of which, while the movie's supposed to take place on this tropical island, it looks fairly overcast the entire time. That's because it rained almost every day they were filming. The crew set up these giant tarps to cover everything, which is why there are so many close-up shots whenever they're outdoors. It's to crop out the tarps. They wanted the anvil scene in the original movie, but they couldn't afford it. With the larger budget for the sequel, they were able to make it work this time. The Colonel was director Michael Cooney's father. All the baby snowmen were either hand puppets, CGI, or styrofoam filled with strings. Marcia Clark, who played Marlowe, was the voices of all the baby snowmen. The scene where the icicle is moving by Anne's eye is really freaky. The reason they were able to get it so close was because Anne was the one who was actually holding it off screen, and she controlled how close it got. Intentionally bad movies are a tricky beast because you want them to be laughably bad, and not just bad. The director said after the first one came out, he had people asking him if they were supposed to be laughing or not. How can you not know you're supposed to be laughing at a giant killer snowman? Cooney wanted to make sure people knew this one was for laughs, so they added the Revenge of the Mutant Killer Snowman into the title. Sadly, even though it was a lot of fun, it didn't go over as well as the original, so they never made a Jack Frost 3. I guess they can take solace in the fact that even though they weren't able to turn this into a franchise, it still was more successful than that other Jack Frost movie.
Merry, Merry Christmas, baby. I hear you've been fooling around again. Merry, Merry Christmas, baby. I hear you've been fooling around again. Playing with...
I'll meet you in reception in 10 minutes.
Well, if it's so important, why don't you just talk to me about it right here?
I have to pee.
Oh.
Yo, I'm Mr. Larity now because I shot my dad in the face. What's up?